When did your family move from Hell's Kitchen to Harlem?
When we
Or why did they move?
when we wanted to move out of the area, it was essentially it was a poor area, but very few blacks, except Theolonis and his family. They were mostly just poor people coming to New York. That's where you went when you came to New York for the first time. You went to 59th Street on the west side. It was full of those kind of people. Dad, in the meanwhile, was making connections with musicians. He to get a job. But the first job he got was driving a taxi cab. Couldn't get a job. He couldn't take on Duke Ellington. He couldn't even meet Duke Ellington. And he found out quickly that renting a cab was not the best way to make money. You try to get some money together and buy a cab. He wound up buying from 4 cabs. This he did for a long time.
Fantastic.
And he had a staff of 4. And he did very well. So we moved into a nicer new apartment. And because he wanted it, we moved to 140th Street and Lenox Avenue, which is a half a block from the Cotton Club. And I said, Dad, you know, well, Tommy said, he said, there's nothing to tell you. One day I might meet Duke Ellington. One day maybe we'll get enough money and I'll take the family, we'll go to the Cotton Club and watch the girls. You know, everything was always possible.
Yes, he
Yeah.
never made it impossible.
Right, that's right. So that was good enough for us. And soon we became real Harlem Negroes. And we loved it more and more. And then we found out about 139th Street, 138th Street with the private houses. And so we moved to 139th Street.
What did Harlem look like when you were a child?
Beautiful.
It was beautiful in what way?
Particularly the area, the private house area, 139th and 138th, where everybody owned their own home, and there were doctors and lawyers, and there was no better place to be living in Harlem. And most blacks there, even the ones who were very wealthy, weren't interested in moving downtown. There weren't any facilities downtown anyway that welcomed blacks. A lot of nice houses, but they really didn't want you. So those streets, those with the private houses were wonderful for people like that. And then as the community grew, as more and more people came here, more good housing. I love my house I live in. It's not a great house. I just love it. I don't want to be any other place. It's got space.